Hello everybody out there in the internet world, and welcome back to another episode of the Dark Avenger comic book review. I'm Chris, he's Mike.
Yep.
And this is the last review of the year 2018.
Yeah, how about that?
However, we still will be reviewing books from 2018 and the beginning of 2019. What a twist.
Yeah, that is really a
It's
twist.
a twist. Before we start the review, as always, we're doing a pre-show. Now, I mentioned in the last episode was late. So, same stuff applies here. 2018 recap, 2019 looking forward. More than likely recording both of those tomorrow. I mentioned in the last review it would be this week. This week has been a very crazy week. Tommy's birthday is literally 7 days after the new year. So I will be more than likely doing both of those videos back to back, recording wise tomorrow, upload wise. Obviously 2018 will be right before New Year, and 2019 will probably be my January 1st video. I also have a couple of things that I'll be throwing in the middle. I will not have time for the video I wanted to do, but I'll mention it now. I'm going to think about this for next year. Video game countdown. So starting in January, I'll be taking my games. I'll be making a list of all the games I play. I wanted to do a countdown of my top favorite and top worst games of 2018. Unfortunately, didn't have enough time to literally get... We had a lot of games this year.
We did.
So it was very hard to get everything together, make the list up, write down little thoughts on each of the games, and execute. So next year, I will be doing a recap of 2019's games. The best, the worst, and everything in between that I play. That's why tops and least favorites are a very what's the word I'm looking for? It's very personal because these are my favorites. I'm going to remember
basically
the word.
It's your opinion.
Right. They're based off of whatever I play. I'm not going to be reviewing games that I don't get unless I didn't get it because I knew it was bad. Like Metal Gear Survive. we won't talk about that game.
No.
But everybody's opinion is different because everybody plays a different amount or different grouping of games. So it'll be very personal.
There you go.
My top and lowest are very personal. So personal towards me. So if you're looking forward to that next year, it will be on my channel at the end of 2019. I'm really looking forward to 2019. There's a lot of things I want to do with my channel, and I'm very excited for 500 right here with all of you. And then we're going right into the new review over on Comic Frontline, starting over, but it's still 501. That's what it will be numbered here on this channel for an archive.
The summer.
That will be in the summer of 2019. And one thing I want to say, since we are at the end of the year, I want to thank every single one of you for watching the reviews, for enjoying them. Even my person, you're back. I saw you, Mr. or Mrs. Thumbs Down. And like I said, again, appreciate the love and the criticism. Sure, we'll go with criticism. But anyway, I hope all of you have had a wonderful holiday and are going to have a wonderful new year. All of you. I'm looking forward to 2019. Look forward to my 2019 video. In that video on my channel, I will be talking about things comic-wise, not review-wise, not what I'm looking forward to in 2019, but what I will be doing comic-wise, both writing and reviewing-wise in 2019. One thing I will say I'm looking forward to in 2019, I'm hoping to get back into more Marvel books. I really am. X-Men looks like we might be getting something with Uncanny X-Men 11. I'll be checking that out. I'm hoping that Justice League, we'll get a new team on Justice League soon, and we'll break away from this horrible over amount of dialogue. Not saying it's bad, it's just over amount. We had Justice League this week. I will not be reviewing it. Way too much dialogue. Like, forget it. There is no way I had the ability to read all that. Amazing Spider-Man has been doing good. I hope that continues to do amazing.
Well, that's going to be in this review also.
I'm hoping that we will get to Bendis' Endgame on both Superman books, and then we'll go into a different direction, at least with one of the Superman books, with Bendis maybe giving one of them to another writing team. I don't know. I'm hoping. What else is going on? Turtles. I'm looking forward to in the coming year. I'm looking forward to seeing what new stuff, TMNT, as we are on the road to issue 100. I'm looking forward to what IDW will be doing with the Turtles. I'm looking forward to the new Birthright, seeing what's going to be going on in Birthright. I'm really trying to think of new books. Young Justice. Really looking forward to that. And Wonder Twins. I'm looking forward to both of
Wonder
those
Twins?
books. Yes, the Wonder Twins.
Oh, I thought you
Wonder
were
Twin
gonna...
Power
I know Wonder Twin Power Activate.
No, I'm going to be, again, this is going into my 2019
right.
physical, digital, trade paperback.
Okay, then. So
But I am looking forward to
that.
reading it. What else is... I'm trying to think of all the stuff we've talked about coming out. I'm hoping X-Men will do good. I'm hoping Fantastic Four will continue to be amazing as well. I'm just jumping all over the board here. Power Rangers, I'm looking forward to where Go-Go's going to head. I hope that with the Green Ranger, I'm
not looking
really
so keen about the Green Arrow canceling.
I have a
again.
feeling if Matt does become the Green Ranger, I think I know what the end game of that will be. It'll be a little different, but it might lead to the same conclusion. I don't know.
Well, I was just saying, speaking of Green Arrow cancellation,
Yeah.
still don't understand that, but whatever.
You have other books. You got Red Hood. You've got Punisher.
But
Teen Titans. Nightwing. I'm hoping that Nightwing will get his memory back sometime in 2019.
oh, and John should be coming back from Zod.
John is coming back. John made his appearance in the last Superman.
And the whole Titans thing about, we had a little thing that happened in the end. The Titans season.
Oh,
TV.
Well, that's TV-wise. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Titans
I'm just
season
saying
2.
the TV. Yeah.
Especially after that after credit scene. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Young Justice, which is going to be kicking off 2019.
So yeah, a lot of stuff to look forward to for 2019.
Oh yeah. And then that's not, counting all the other stuff that we do. Like, we do enjoy every so often grabbing some new cards, collectibles, Funkos, all the stuff that's in between, I'm looking forward to all of it.
Yep.
Oh, I'm
so
so
I
tired.
guess, after doing all that, I guess we will start with the books.
Yes.
Yes, so for this review, we have 18 digital books, and
went down.
all of
Just
these...
say 18 books, because they're always digital. Very rarely do we do
That's why I said 18 books. I didn't say they went down.
No, you said digital.
All right,
just
well,
18
they're
books.
18 books. And all those 18 books came out the month of December of 2018.
The month of December 19, I just realized the clip was a little off. But that's okay.
2018.
Fix it now.
So
we fix it now, and it looks better.
so
that's much better. My new Nightwing shirt. If you missed our haul video, one more thing real quick. You can go check that out on Brooklyn Boys 13.
Yeah, a whole video. Interesting.
I do enjoy the pants and hoodie. I will say that.
You're never going to wear those again.
Wore them already twice.
No more. There you go.
All right. Let's get into the books this week, starting with The Independents, Klaus, and the... What is this?
Crying
Snowman. That's right.
It says so on the top there as well.
I didn't look there. I don't look there.
Yeah, so here you go.
I love Grant Morrison's Klaus. I feel so bad that I just don't like his Green Lantern. But anyway, Klaus. I did a review of this on Zone 4. I don't want to go too into detail. If you'd like to know my thoughts on Klaus, definitely go check out the last episode of Zone 4 for 2018. Because we won't be doing one again until after New Year's in 2019. But, long story short, the Snowman in this book turns out to be, if you remember Jack Frost, it turns out to be a deadbeat dad who ends up dying in the middle of a fight with Klaus and Celestials. We have Ragnarok mentioned here, aliens, and in the end, through all this fighting, the Snowman helps assist Klaus, and then Klaus gives the Snowman the greatest gift of all, which is, spoiler, he gives the father back his life, so he gets a second chance, basically. So I liked it. I liked Ragnarok. I liked the toss-in mythology. Klaus is that one book I look forward to every Christmas season. I hope that Grant Morrison has another one set for next year. I hope that Boom Studios make sure to book it for next year. And if they did, I look forward to it. If they didn't, I really hope that we get it. We won't know until 12 months from now if we get it or not. Unless news drops, of course. Exorsisters issue number 3. I like how it opened up with a courtroom case to save this man's soul. Things don't go right, but they end up saving him. Then we get introduced to an ex-boyfriend who tried to tried to sacrifice her, and then when the demon shows up, he's like, "You're empty inside. I can't feed on your soul. You don't have one." And then she tricks them, and the boyfriend gets turned into a fly, and he's there with, obviously, news.
She is so my favorite character.
I love it. I love the art and I love the story. And then the end of the issue, I'm not going to spoil that. We get to see things falling from the sky, is what I will say. I like Exorsisters. I really do. I'm looking forward to, again, what Exorsisters has in store for us in the new year.
Alright, we got Bloodshot Rising Spirit, issue number 2. So since issue number 1 was a little, okay, I thought of reading about issue number 2. And first of all, I must say that the artwork in this, like issue 1, was great. And it's just really just him going through certain tests of scenarios that he goes through. And it gets a little bit too much, where he gets a little bit of out of control with the nanites. I think that's what they're called. And it just goes back in time where he was a soldier, and then he's still... And then he talks about how he got experimented on more, and it's just like a whole back and forth thing. He has no hair anymore, which was kind of weird. But
hair grows back.
But the hair grows back, of course, for that. And then he's like saying, okay, I know you're trying to do something to me, so he doesn't like that he's being experimented, but this lady knows of some way that he might be ready for more things to come, as he's ready as well. And that is to be continued until the end of January. So in the end of January, we get the next issue of that. Red Sonja issue number 24. Which I'm actually surprised to see this, because I thought it was the end. But just a long story short, it's just her hunting, where she meets up with this old widow that talks about, don't cross my path again, or else bad things, will happen and stuff like that. So then she goes back to her past. So basically, this old hag drugged her when she was in disguise as somebody. And then she goes into this jungle, and basically she's going through a terrible nightmare, let's say. And the lesson learned here is just never cross an old hag that says to watch where you're going, or else she may drug you, or something like that, if that makes any sense. So that's really what the whole basis of the story was about. And what do you...
I'm making sure that the microphone's on the right thing, because I just noticed. Nope, it is.
Yeah.
Environmental. I just want to make sure.
Alright, well...
I love this Turtle issue. TMNT 89. It takes a break from what was going on with the death of Slash. And it's... Oh, God. Why did I forget?
Christmas
no. What's that one where he's visited by three spirits? Scrooge! It's
the
Scrooge.
Ghost of the Christmas Carol.
The Christmas Carol, but with Splinter. And Splinter, we all know, is the leader of the Foot Clan. And he gets visited because he's not in the holiday spirit. He gets visited by three spirits. He gets, obviously, Shredder's the one that starts it up and warns that he's going to be visited by three others.
Yeah,
he gets visited by two of the gods, Akka and the Toad. I forgot the Toad's name. And then he gets visited by something I can't even pronounce, but it's like a squid one. So anyway,
Toad
Akka,
Baron?
Yeah, Toad Baron.
Yeah, you couldn't pronounce it, you said.
No, I couldn't remember his name, but Toad Baron,
yeah.
And then I can't pronounce the last one. But anyway, Akka shows him his
Gathano.
past... What?
Gathano.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with Gathano. And this is before they were turtles, before they died, as they were human. Then Toad shows them, Toad Baron shows him what's going on currently with his sons and with the world in general. And then what you said, whatever, however you pronounce that name, shows him the dark future, where Splinter is going to go down a dark path, and the Turtles are going to have to stop him, obviously, by killing him. And Casey was part of the mix, and basically it's what we all saw happening, that Splinter was going to go full dark, and this wakes him up, and he wakes up, he's like, what a nightmare. No, it was a lesson. And you see him dressed as Santa. You see at least that there's a redeeming factor to Splinter in this issue. And obviously this is a standalone issue. This is kind of a little break, because issue 90, we're going right back into the drama of the death of Slash. And 90 is going towards 100, which, by the way, there's 12 months in a year, so we will be hitting issue 100 in the year of 2019.
Alright. So
Will
we
we?
will.
Yeah, we'll be hitting 102 before the year end.
Oh, wow. So we got a long ways to go.
Or 101, because issue 90 is in January, so 10 months after that, which is October, we'll get 100. November is 101. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, so yes, I'm looking forward to issue 100 of Turtles. This was a fun Christmas issue. I think I got two covers for this. I think I got the Eastman cover, and then I got the Splinter cover, or I got the Splinter cover and the Mikey cover, and I didn't get the Eastman. I don't know. I only got 2 of the 3. I might get the 3rd one from Midtown if it's available. If not, whatever. But it's still a wonderful book. Get it. It's a standalone story. You'll be fine.
Alright, I think I'm going to be doing some books for a while now. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Urban Legends, issue number 8. They find the girl that they were looking for, or actually Raphael does, and he tries to go in there and get the girl, but doesn't. Meanwhile, we have Donatello, who is on the case as well to help with Casey with getting her and everything. So they're trying to find out, you know, what's going on, like with everything else of what's happening. We get the girl who is going to be baptized, and then Raphael comes in disguise to actually save her from that. And they actually escapes by some miracle. I mean, he is a ninja, of course, after all. And then everybody just gets back together. Because they thought that she thought Casey was dead because of what they told her. So she got reunited with them as well for that. Manowar issue number 22. The whole fight is still happening with Exo and Apollo 13 going up against. If I could get the character, that'd be great. Well, anyway, they fight off against him, and things get like really, really hectic. Like the war is getting like really, really heavy with the armor that he has as well. Now the armor kind of the cartographer, that's his name. Now what I don't get in this issue, the armor gets kind of weakened in this issue. Like, you know, like everything looks like, you know, we're gonna fight each other and yada yada yada. But then after a while though, the armor changes as if it's fading, while Apollo 13 is actually fighting off against someone, and this thing is slow. I don't know why.
You don't need to see it. Just go ahead and go for it.
It's basically just his suit disappearing, and then just there's going to be probably a new adventure of what's going to happen to him when they get to the new year. So basically you have to read the book to find out more on that. Grimm Tales of Terror. This is volume 4 of issue number 10. I believe there's only 2 more issues until volume 4 is concluded, because there's always 12 issues for that. And long story short, like I tried understanding this book. It's really just the whole thing about what if people kept disappearing from a town that they went to. So they get into this guy who actually says like the world is ending, you know, you have to listen to me and everything. And when they don't listen to him, bad things starts to happen to them as the things get continuing and all that. And of course, you know, the guy or the main character always gets it at the end, so he's trying to do an investigation about it, and yeah, what he finds out is just well, not good. He just dies. He just becomes a tree in the end.
Oh well.
So, you know, you didn't listen to him, so bad things are gonna happen, you know. So that was enough of that. Marvel Knights 20th issue number 4.
I like how some of the issues have Stan. Just go.
Yeah, the Stan Lee. So that's in memorial.
Yeah, that's a memorial.
Memorial of him.
And today is actually, as we're filming this, it's still today, which is Friday. It's Stanley's 96. It would have been Stanley's 96th birthday.
Oh wow.
A lot of people want to make. There's a lot of things floating around on Twitter right now. One of those things is to make this a comic book holiday, because Stan Lee was obviously one of the greatest writers. You know, one of the grandfathers of comics, and I'm definitely behind that 100%. The other 2 things that are floating around are Michael Rosenbaum and Kevin, the voice of Batman, are trying to bring hype up to get Justice League, another season, the animated series, and another one is, oh god, they were, Jason David Frank wants to make Old Man Tommy, like he wants to make the Soul of the Dragon an actual TV series.
Nice. Well, he should, yeah.
Lots of stuff going on. I agree. I could swear there was another thing. Go ahead, talk.
Well, in Marvel Knights, it just focuses on Black Panther, you know, with his history story about you know, what he's been going through, and with the anger that he has a little bit, with also being in trouble with the police, and there's this bodyguard who used to actually help him out in all these situations and whatnot. So I like the backstory that they gave about Black Panther before he became that. And his name's not John anymore. It's T'Challa, if that's how you say it right. Mm-hmm. So then he goes out and he becomes this person who fights crime at night. So that's really all it was focused on, just that alone. I mean, we also did see a little bit of the Punisher in there for like what, maybe a couple of pages or so, talking about, you know, because he's a cop and all that. But speaking of the Punisher, we are actually going into the next one. I don't know if they can see the camera. The Punisher issue number 5. This is where the Punisher is still going after Zemo of Hail Hydra.
Yeah, those are the ones, I guess, because I'm not seeing.
Yeah. By the way, it's World War Frank Part 5 in this one. And it's just him trying to find out from these people where Zemo is located, because he wants to basically get rid of him. And he's fighting off against, why can't I remember his name for the life of me? The one that does, like, force fields. Oh, I remembered it too, and I forgot it. Well, anyway, he gives him the information that he's looking for, and then he's just trying to tell people, you know, where is Zemo? Need to know where he is. So he goes to somebody who actually knows of his whereabouts and locations. But then, lo and behold, when he meets with Nick Fury, he meets up with Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Bucky, and Hawkeye, and gets in a fight with them. And it turns out to be a really hardcore fight with those people. But then, in the end, we see Zemo, and it looks like that things are looking not so good for Frank Castle if he finds him. So that's going to be a big twist in the next issue. And now it is back to you.
Oh boy, here we go with events. Ending of events. Infinity Wars number 6, the end, where they get the Infinity Stones. They end up separating the world that Gamora created with the Marvel Universe, basically making another alternate world, just like every time they have an event. That world is set free. The Marvel Universe is set back to status quo. Adam Warlock sends Gamora off on a redemption path or thing, and he gives all of the Infinity Stone souls, so now they go off on their own and will lead their own lives. So and he also loses the Soul Stone, which I kind of find a little sad, but yeah. So the gems are gone, Gamora's on a redemption thing, and the Marvel Universe is back to normal.
Yep.
And that was Infinity War, everyone, where nothing mattered. Nothing mattered at all.
Wow.
X-Men Extermination issue 5 of 5. The young X-Men finally go home. We find out that Cyclops is alive because young Cable has been holding him, or they've been together, not holding him, he wasn't a prisoner. He's been with young Cable, waiting for the young X-Men to go back, and now it is time for him to go home. But the question is this Cyclops the same man that caused schism, that basically brought his team of the X-Men down a dark path?
Oh no, I hope
or
not.
is this a redeemed Cyclops, or Cyclops looking to go down a road of redemption? We don't see the X anymore for his visor. It's back to the regular visor. I'm very intrigued to see where this book... That's why I was mentioning Uncanny X-Men 11, because Cyclops and Wolverine, the two men who separated and made their own two teams...
What's the...
I'll get to that.
Oh.
And made their own two teams, are now reuniting and bringing back one X team. So I'm looking forward to that. The young X-Men go back, like I said. Their minds get completely wiped, and time goes back the way it was. We had a couple of deaths. We lost old Bishop, like the old Cable, the original Cable. Have this young Cable now who will be starring in the new X-Force book. The X-Men are going to apparently disassemble and then reassemble in March with Uncanny 11 kicking that off with Cyclops. I'm looking forward to that. Oh no, I'm sorry, the special will be kicking that off, and then Uncanny X-Men 11 will be Cyclops and Wolverine teaming up to bring the X-Men back. Of course, we got to get through Wolverine's return debacle first as well. Extermination was done well. It took 5 years of young X-Men and basically just put the young X-Men back, and now everything is the way it was.
Yeah.
I think this is the last one that's an event. Spider-Geddon issue number 5. Miles joins with the Cosmic Force. Doc Ock comes up with a plan. We were right. Him and Ben actually came to this plan together because PS4 Spider-Man jumps in to try to save Ben, and Doc Ock tries to explain that, it was a plan. And apparently now, here we go. This is the recap of all this fighting, because in the end they ended up fighting the Inheritors, and then when the Inheritors went to be recloned, instead of being cloned as adults, they were cloned as babies. That's how they stopped them.
What?
And Spider-Man, aka Spider.
Whoa.
That's Mary Jane. That's from the Renew Your Vows line. Spider-Man, which is Aunt May in a different universe where she becomes a spider, decides to adopt all of them. So Aunt May is going to raise them over in her universe. Apparently Ben Reilly died again, or the Inheritors sucked a piece of his soul out, so he's now on factory reset. Doc Ock was given the blessing of both Spider-Man and Miles Morales Spider-Man, and being inducted into the Spider family. So really, what I feel like we're getting from this event book was this. The Inheritors are babies being raised by Aunt May in a different universe. Doc Ock, this was a setup for his book, and he's now welcomed into the Spider family. Mayday Parker's dad is alive again. Spoiler, he is the other. So he's no longer dead. Oh shoot. Ben Reilly is now factory reset, so no longer any evil intent, even the little thing on his face, gone. He is factory reset again. So it basically says, hey, come back to Scarlet Spider and check out the factory reset Ben Reilly now. I'll check that out. I'll look at it. Does it mean I'll review it? Absolutely not. And I'm not reviewing Miles Morales Spider-Man for multiple reasons, but I'm looking forward to Superior Spider-Man, which I believe dropped this Wednesday. Yes, I think it did. And I'll check out Scarlet Spider-Man again, now that Ben Reilly's factory reset, to see what exactly is going on. But I have a feeling they're still going to be continuing the story, so your guess is as good as mine. But it basically reset a few of the Spider family people and set up Doc Ock. Whoopee.
Alright.
In a good way. It was an okay ending for the event. Way better than Infinity War.
Amazing Spider-Man issue number 12. In one sentence, it talks about the story of J. Jonah Jameson.
How much more JJJ
Because
are we
no,
going to
because it just says like how he got to where he is. So he goes back in time about his deadbeat father, and then how he became this journalist, and then he had a son, and then talked about Spider-Man being a menace and everything else, and his first lover died, and he had a second lover. Then meanwhile, he lost his other people like his dad, Roswell, and all the other people. And then it just goes into a fight where Spider-Man's fighting with Scorpion with the others, and that's Mr. Negative, right?
I don't know who the hell that is.
Well, it looks like something from Hammerhead or whatever. Like Hammerhead or Mr. Negative's connected, but it looks like there's going to be some unfinished business between that and Spider-Man.
Alright, we're in the Sandman U now. We're in DC Vertigo, Lucifer issue number 3. Still trapped. We're still getting little tidbits. Somebody actually teams up with Lucifer and then ends up being killed by this dark shadow known as Jack. I forgot the other guy's name, but he might be the key to saving Lucifer. He's, he goes, his wife died in the last issue.
Now, Lucifer, you don't mean the devil.
Yes, the devil.
Why are they saving him?
Lucifer in the Sandman universe, you'd have to read the book to understand. He's evil, but he's also good.
Okay.
You have to watch it. There's a TV series based on it as well.
Well, yeah, but I cannot watch the TV one.
Anyway,
Yeah, go ahead.
this man might be the key to saving Lucifer. He gets, he's looking for his wife's brother or whatever, and he gives him this necklace to keep him hidden and tells him, go, I'll find you, get away from this place as fast as you can. He runs. Lucifer lost his friend, and we get to see a couple of pages. This man wrote a book. I forgot what it was. Annulment of Heaven and Hell, and it was really cool. And the ending, Lucifer is now trapped, no friend, no nothing, and oh shoot, we see that Jack is actually influencing the man that trapped Lucifer in the first place.
Oh, wow.
Or the demon that trapped Lucifer in the first place.
This is the Exercise anniversary issue of Teen Titans issue number 25. And this is the whole story. Here's another story now of Crush, the daughter of Lobo. Now, at first they talked about how she was found in a field by these unknown people. So it's kind of like Superman, but a little bit different in a way. You know, when she was found with a UFO and a meteor, they found her, took her in, and decided to take care of her. Now, they knew who her real parents were from the different universe, and she was actually lied to about her parents and everything. So she was, and she had this whole chain thing that was around her. Like, I can't remember what it was called. Basically, it was like her sidekick, so to say. And then she saw the news about Superman, like saying they believed that she was Superman, but they saw the other Superman with Lobo. And then this is where the whole thing where she says, you know, you lied to me, and he's my dad, and she doesn't want to accept that because he's a killer, and she was raised to not kill. So with that, everybody's looking at her as if she is the daughter of Lobo, which is why she has a temper problem and cuts loose for bits and pieces at a time. So
that's a cool little origin story.
It is actually. Oblius is the chain. So she meets up with this guy who has it, and then fights off against him. And of course, you know, she knows how to control it, and that was actually a really cool fight. And she was actually teamed up with the genie. I can't remember what her name was.
Okay.
Well,
matter.
Anyway, we get to Roundhouse for the second story about how she didn't die when she went up to that sky for that explosion, and how she actually survived and got back to where she needed to get back to. So that's really the base of that book.
That's cool.
So it's like a first and second story, but that was actually a really good book. I was interested in reading that.
So I decided to try this out, especially after living through Drowned Earth. Aquaman issue 43, part 1 of A New Path. Aquaman has amnesia, and he's on this island, and they're keeping him there. But the ocean apparently responds to him, so he's meant for the ocean has a plan for him, as we see. And we just see him, he's been with these people for a while, he's taking care of them, he's like one of their own. We get a little bit on this woman, I think her name is Rose, if I'm not mistaken. But we get a little background on her, and she's the one that's telling Aquaman. They give him another name because he doesn't know what his real name is. And I think this is going to be the part where the next issue will be where he goes off.
Nama?
Yeah. I think this will be the part where he goes off and, you know, tries to find his memories of who he was once again. I don't know if I'll be holding on to this book as a review, but I am definitely hooked as far as reading it. I don't know if I'll read it a little bit slower, meaning I can't review it. If I have it on time read, I will put it in the reviews for all of you, because I know a lot of you are fans of Aquaman. If I don't finish it on time, I might skip it. But I am very happy with this issue. I'm looking forward to the future. And you never know, I might read Aquaman in time for Frontline Live, and it might end up in my top 5.
There you go.
Last book is Batman issue number 61. And basically, remember that kid Matthew who believes he's Master Bruce? Well, you delve into his brain, and basically he's pretending he's Bruce. His parents were killed, and Batman is off to find Bruce Wayne's killed parents. And I started reading this one, but what? Something psychological is going on. So anyway, Batman finds out, you know, he does all the research, finds the killer, sends the killer to jail, and then Bruce goes to the jail and ends up killing the killer. And then we find out the illusion slips away, and we jump into reality, and it's Matthew. Matthew, who's killed his 16th person now, believing that they killed his parents when they really didn't. And now they're going to ship him off to Arkham. And we all know what's going on in Arkham right now. Bane. Bane is running Arkham. So this kid, Matthew, is about to literally get thrown into the mix with Bane.
Oh, boy.
And it's going to be crazy. Interesting choice for a final Batman issue for 2018. But, hey, I mean, it's a good teaser for what's to come in 2019, right? So, with that, that is all we have for this episode, and that is it for 2018, the Dark Avenger comic book review. Moving forward and looking forward to 2019, where we hit our 500th review, and where the review will start all over again, over on Comic Frontline. However, 501 will be part of the archives right here on Dark Avenger C86. When I archive the episodes, I will be archiving them under this title. But I'll be titling, I'll probably have it in a Sir title instead, because I'll keep the title of the original series. And then I'll put in parentheses, DA Review number 502. So this way, if by some act of God, 10 years from now, we do make it to 1,000, you're damn right I will renumber that review right back to episode 1,000, and I will explain why the first 500 were here and the second 500 were there. But let's take it a year at a time, everybody. 10 years from now is a pretty long time.
Yeah, it is.
I'm losing my voice a little bit. So thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful, happy, and safe new year. Hope you got everything on your holidays. And I look forward to seeing all of you in 2019. Look forward to videos on my new channel. Trying to get to that 100th subscriber. This way we can get that URL. Please, everyone, promote the channel. Help get us to 100 subscribers. Help me get to 100 subscribers, so we can have a URL for the new channel moving forward into the new year. Take care, everybody. Your turn as always. Likes, dislikes, agree, disagree with any of the books we talked about here. Recommendations, we'd love to hear from all of you. Don't forget to enjoy some New Year cheer. And until the next episode, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and we'll see you all in 2019 for the next episode of the Dark Avenger Comic Book Review.
Yep. There, everybody.